You've joined Prophecy Talk for analysis of world events and unfolding Bible prophecy, brought to light by prophecy expert and author Erika Grey of www.erikagray.com.
There are many people in the U.S. who believe that the entire world rises and falls around the United States. America is the most powerful nation in the world. America provides the policemen for the world. Our soldiers stand in bases situated in countries around the world. The U.S. dollar is the world's reserve, and it is used around the world. No one can match us. We are the world's leading superpower. Americans do not pay attention to anything that does not affect them directly. We only want to watch news on topics that entertain us. We listen to celebrity gossip, watch the ladies sitting around The View, tune in to watch Honey Boo Boo eat her macaroni and cheese. We pay attention to when our president speaks to the nation, but the European Union, who cares about the EU? Besides, what is the EU anyway? Who can understand it? The EU, it sounds boring. We don't want to listen to a boring topic. We want to be entertained. We'll take a scandal any day. Shock me, entertain me, but don't bore me with the European Union or any boring BBC World News in parts of the world that no one even cares about. After all, the world rises and falls around the United States. You might look at my book, The Seed of the Antichrist, and say, catchy title. Because the Antichrist, well, he is scary and creepy, and he entertains. But the subtitle, Bible Prophecy in the European Union? Oops, there goes that boring EU word again. Well, who cares about the European Union? Besides, what is it? Where is it? Oh, Europe, how unexciting. This humdrum EU word, this European Union that many of you do not know about and do not care about, is an empire. A full-fledged, bona fide empire, just like the old Holy Roman one. By the way, this empire is also what the prophet Daniel predicted would revive in its latter days and launch the Antichrist. Some of you might say, the European Union as the final world empire? Well, that is years away. So again, who cares? If you think it is years away, you are wrong. Let me now give you some facts about the EU that will not bore you. The United States has 314 million citizens. The European Union has 504 million and is still growing. The European Union is the world's largest economy with the largest GDP in the world. With just 7% of the world's population, the EU's trade with the rest of the world accounts for around 20% of global exports and imports. The EU is the world's biggest exporter and the second biggest importer. The euro, used every day by some 332 million Europeans. When it was launched in 1999, within a few years it became the world's second reserve currency. The EU has the world's largest army. The EU has its own flag, anthem, and motto. Oh, but Germany is the European Union's largest economy, and it really runs the EU. And without Germany, the EU would be nothing. Germany trades with more countries within the European Union than countries outside of the EU. It is in part so wealthy because of its trade among EU states. Well, the euro crisis, the EU and the euro are going to fall apart. Yeah? Well, since the start of the euro crisis, the EU has tightened its ship. It is fixing the leak, so to speak, with changes called the six-pack. The two-pack, which Andrew Duff, MEP, stated is the first stepping stone for the work to develop a fiscal union. And they also signed on March 2, 2012, the Treaty on Stability, Coordination, and Governance in the Economic and Monetary Union. On their to-do list is the issuance of Euro bonds, which will be similar to U.S. Treasuries and will give U.S. Treasuries some serious competition. That will knock the U.S. down a few notches. Oh, but the United States has the greatest say in world institutions. Well, once the EU adds the final touches to its treaties in 2015 and is a federal government like the U.S. and is no longer considered by those world institutions as a regional pact, it will have the greatest say in world institutions.
Jesus closes the book of Revelation, declaring, "Behold, I am coming quickly." John 20:21 records, "These things are written, that you may believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that believing you may have life in his name." John 3:15 promises that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Trust in Jesus today. He lives, and he is returning. You're listening to Prophecy Talk with Erika Grey.
I hope that you enjoyed the anthem. Now that you have listened to the world's future anthem, let me tell you that the day is coming when the world will enter the tribulation period. The prophets of God have warned you and have been warning you, and you do not pay attention. The signs are all here, and there are many who are pointing them out on Blog Talk Radio, on YouTube, and elsewhere on the internet. We may differ in what we focus on and may each have a special area of expertise, but our final message is the same. Just as Jeremiah and the Old Testament prophets warned Israel of the coming Babylonian invasion, we are warning you that the tribulation is coming. You had better be ready, because now is the acceptable time of salvation. The European Union that you can care less about is already an empire, a non-imperial empire, as Commission President Barroso defined. It will rule the Middle East region and the world. It will conquer nations and march through them as warring nations do. The EU will be headed by the Antichrist. You better pay attention to what is going on in the world, because the world does not rise and fall around the United States. If you are a Christian during that time, you cannot take the mark of the beast, because to take the mark is to die eternally. As Eve took the apple and died spiritually, so taking the mark of the beast will bring upon yourself eternal damnation. The Antichrist is not coming from the United States. He is not going to spring from the United Nations or any Middle Eastern country such as Syria or Iraq. He is going to rise from the waters of the Mediterranean. He will rise with his little horn and 10 surrounding horns on his 7 heads, which represents the European Union in its final form, in contrast to the slain Lamb of God with 7 horns and 7 eyes. His 7 horns representing the 7 churches in the beginning of the book of Revelation that he is Lord over. The church of Ephesus, Smyrna, Pergamos, Thyatira, Sardis, Philadelphia, and Laodicea. The European Union, under the direction of the Antichrist, will become the monolithic beast with a lion face bearing giant teeth. He'll be walking on crushing iron legs with huge bear's feet with cheetah speed. It will become a modern-day Tower of Babel. The Bible refers to him and his empire as a beast. It is like a wild beast, because its leader will be evil, vile, and corrupt, and will literally be the son of Satan himself. In the meantime, don't pay attention to the European Union. Stay blinded in the delusion that everything in this world rises and falls around the United States. You'll pay attention one day. That I can guarantee you.
Thank you for listening today. Tune into Prophecy Talk next week with author and prophecy expert Erika Grey. In the meantime, be sure to visit Erika Grey's website at www.erikagray.com.